As a trainer for the past 18 years, there's something always running in my mind, which is this. The deepest fear is that people, I will fear that my participant will say this, you're the most lousy trainer I ever met. Even though it never happened in the past 18 years, and yet it always runs in my mind, such as last week. Right? Yes, you'll see me right in front of the stage presenting Excel training, but I always have this fear. And what if that people really say this to me? How should I respond professionally? Do I do I challenge them? Do I say that you sit down, right? Or do I say that you have no right to say so, right? I have I have years of experience, right? Or maybe I say that, or maybe just simply go into the press, right? Say, oh yeah, I'm a lousy. And there are many ways that I kind of react. I always ready to fight. Um, Now why I bring out this topic because this morning when I do a survey, right, a training assistant report for training, and the result was this, right, for another trainer, and it says that out of that 30 over 29 participants that I observed, right, out there there are 10 of them write the assessment of this. Right, I recommend, right, so you can see that 4 and 5 is not even there. So you can see that out of that, there's only, oh, strange, right? So I guess there's, I will fix on this thing, right? So now, anyway, when I see this report, right, I praise it to my trainer. And my trainer says that, alamak, so the result wasn't very light. So and I thought that is not me. Then I asked the trainer, right, what if that it's not even there, right? The participants say that you're the most lousy I've ever seen. And that's caused me to do research on this. So should there somebody say this to me, right? How should I respond professionally? And well, we will say stay calm, compose, take a deep breath, right? That's the first thing you gotta do. Remind yourself that don't take it yourself, not to take it. Don't take it personally, right? The outbursts come from frustration rather than a true reflection of your ability. So yeah, um, to respond and not react, right? So remain calm and don't take it personally. Why? Because that's it doesn't reflect the true reflection of your ability. Okay, so this is what I can say it to myself. Okay, but what's next? How do I respond professionally? This is a very brilliant way, right? Is that here? First, it says that I hear that you are really unhappy with this session. I would like to understand what specifically isn't working for you. Okay, so of course, we don't ask that way, right? I hear that you're really unhappy with this session. I would like to understand what specifically isn't working for you. For you, what specifically isn't working for you. So this keep the focus on understanding rather than reacting emotionally. Now, it's not only the words; it's about tone as well. Okay, what specific isn't working for you? Oh, then I tell you what, this is still very challenging. It's still challenging participant, right? So when the person is saying that you are the most lousy trainer I ever met, saying right, wow. And at that point, right, how can we address this professionally, right? So the other way is to ask for constructive feedback. Of course, you can say it's not easy, yeah. Um, I appreciate honest feedback because it helps me improve. What could I do differently to better meet your expectations? This approach shifts the conversation from blame to solution. Now again, right, you can say that, let's say, imagine that the participant say that, you're the most lousy trainer I ever met. Take a deep breath, and then say that, don't take it personally, say to yourself, and then now you say this, right, I appreciate honest feedback because it helps me improve. What could I do differently to better meet your expectations? Okay, and then the fourth one can be this. I value open discussion, but I appreciate respectful communication. Let's find a way to address your concern constructively. Or you can also have, after the session, you can ask them, uh, I noticed you were frustrated earlier. I want to make sure you get value from this session rather than your mind. So there are many ways to address this. So what we are using is called the NLP techniques. Okay, it is a way to specific way to reframe the situation. Reframe the situation, acknowledge the emotions, redirects focus towards solutions. So the first step is that rapport building. Instead of resisting or arguing, I acknowledge the participants' feelings to create rapport. I acknowledge the participant feeling. Why? To create rapport. I hear that you are really unhappy with this session. This is called pacing and leading. I hear. First, I pace the emotion state by acknowledging it. Then, I lead them into a more constructive dialogue. Okay. The second step, reframing. Reframing, changing perspective. Rather than seeing their word as a personal attack, I reframe it as an opportunity for feedback. So I reframe it, right? So I notice that I see their words as I will explain it through what I appreciate honest feedback because it helps me improve. Help me improve. What could I do differently to better meet your expectation? In NLP, reframing shifts the meaning of a statement, turning negativity into something more constructive. So I can turn a negativity into something more constructive. This is way, right? So because it's how. What could I do differently to better meet your expectation? What could I do differently? This is very powerful. What could I do? What could I do differently to create a meet? There is mental model, clarifying and challenging that statement. You're the most lousy trainer I've ever met, ever seen. Is a distorted generation. Instead of defending myself, generally challenging by asking this person, what specifically is moving for you? What specifically is moving for you? This forces the person to move away from emotional outbursts into right? So as you can see that this is an emotional outburst. There's no thinking logic anymore. So, so this is called state. In NLP, state management is about controlling your emotion rather than reacting impulsively. By staying calm and responsive, I'm what is the state I want the other person to. Okay, so when I stay calm, and because of I use that, I adjust their emotion, and then I lead them in that. So then, finally, made the command, shaping response. Let's find a way to address your concern constructively. I subtly directing the person towards a solution-focused mindset rather than staying in a mood. So that's a summary I use, right? So acknowledge and pace their emotion. I hear that you're really unhappy. That's the first step. Okay. And then reframe it. And then I appreciate feedback because it helped me clarify what specific isn't working for you. So remain calm and non-defensive. And finally, guide to solution. Let's find a way. This neutralize conflict, shift the focus, and helps maintain authority without escalating tension. Alright, it seems like it works. Now that's called technique. But last week, I attended something. It is the diagram of this. So it says that the actions that I take is because of the emotion. And every time I see this, right, my emotion arises. But where did it come from? It's from a belief. So as I dig out, I realize that it has to be some kind of belief that I have that causes that kind of emotion that I feel that I was challenged, right? I feel that's why I feel that I was challenged. That's why my action is always react, not response. Even though I can know the I aware of that, right? Even though I can, I know the technique, but that doesn't mean that I will use it because I haven't addressed the belief. So what's the belief? In my opinion, it was this word. It happens to many Asians. There's a strong belief that I am not good enough. So whenever people challenge me that I'm lousy, that means it tells me that I'm not good enough. So I want to fight back to prove that I am good enough. So I have many ways to fight back. I can challenge the participants, say that, what makes you think I say like this? Right, then there is a fight. Right in the middle of training, right? Can you imagine that? And I did that. So I look at that, it is the belief I'm not good enough has been running in the background. Shaping how I respond to people, how I fight back. See, I want to fight back. How I seek validation. Why do I want to fight back? I want to seek validation. The hardest part is that it's never fully satisfying. Now, even when I get praise today, tomorrow, my mind will ask, hey, what if I'm still not good enough? Well, if you look at my LinkedIn, I have so many testimonies. I still feel not good enough. Even 18 years. Even if one participant appreciates me, the moment another one person challenges me, the feeling comes back. It's an endless chase. And that's really exhausting me. Really exhausting me. So how do I break this cycle? Well, just believe in yourself, right? That's why here so many I write. Believe in what? So a very practical step to loosen this grip of this belief, right? To break this belief, it wasn't just about affirmation, right? Recognize the pattern. The first step is recognize the pattern. Yes, it takes some awareness. When I feel the urge to prove myself, I need to stay calm, pause, and think. Think what? Oh, this is my I'm not good enough belief acting up again. The more I see these patterns, I can see I can weaken its control. I'm not good enough belief acting up again, right? Because if I can catch this belief, then I have ways to. It's not easy, right? It's just saying that it's possible. Instead of seeking validation, remind myself, right? My knowledge and experience are real. Even if this person doesn't see it. But something have gone into my mind first, right? Before I can react. In the split second, right, I need to go back to this. Right? So imagine just now in the beginning, right? You are the most lousiest trainer ever I met. Now I have to stay calm. I know that it now kick in, and it's not about the person. It's about my belief that he's challenging that this belief that I have is in my mind is that I'm not good enough. I have to know that, and so am I good enough? Am I not good enough? Right. So my mind is don't think about it. Right. So I have to tell myself my knowledge and experience are real, even if this person doesn't see it. So you're not asking yourself to suddenly feel 100% confidence. You're just not letting one person's opinion shake you. Right, so easy to say, right? Let's see how. So next time when someone challenges you instead of proving yourself, right, I hear you. Let's test both ideas and see which works best. This keeps you calm and in control without needing them to validate you. What if you are already enough but can't see it yet? But the problem is that you are not good enough. The problem isn't that you are not good enough, but that your mind has been trained. See, your mind has been trained to doubt every achievement you make. Yes, I admit that my mind has been trained to doubt every achievement I have made. Basically, it's time to stop chasing approval and start owning what you have already built. And if that belief still lingers, that's okay. We were already on one step at a time. So why do my hold on to old belief? Even when they're no longer serve? Why? Why is it so automatic? It's familiar and automatic. You've been telling yourself this story for decades. But for me, right, I've been telling this for decades. So my brain keeps running it by default. Even when reality says otherwise. And then my mind is looking for proof of this belief. When someone doubts me, my mind immediately uses it as proof that, see, I'm not good enough. But when someone praises me, yet my mind ignores downplay because it doesn't fit the old belief. Because I don't believe I'm good enough. So when some people praise me, I just ignore it. I don't acknowledge my small win, my achievement. See, your success hasn't erased the old feeling. The feeling is still there. Achievement don't automatically change self-perception. That's why even world-class athletes, CEOs, and trainers still struggle with imposter syndrome. Success hasn't erased that. It has been automatically programmed. So how do you finally update the belief? Instead of trying to erase the old belief, just introduce a new one and let them exist together for a while. The first step is to catch the old thought in action. When you hear your mind say, I'm not good enough, don't fight it. Just pause and say, ah, there's that old belief again. This more awareness weakens its grip. The first is about awareness. The second is that introduce a new thought. Instead of forcing, I'm not good, I'm good enough, which your brain might reject. Try, maybe, maybe I've been wrong about myself all these years. Maybe I've been wrong about myself all these years. Maybe I'm better than I give myself credit for. Maybe I've been wrong about myself all these years. Maybe. This opens the door to a new possibility without forcing fake confidence. So, if I just say I am good enough, I'm good enough, I'm good enough, that's not really work because the brain might reject because it's the strong deep belief is that I'm not good enough. So I can't forcing it here. Step 3 is look at your impact. Look into the reality. I have been, for myself, I've been impacting so many people 18 years and still impacting. Instead of brushing off, take a moment to acknowledge. I've changed lives. That means something. Now pause it for a while. Now you can close your eyes if you're watching these, right? Close your eyes and look at that your achievement. Small win. Doesn't have to be. If you just today help one person, acknowledge that. Don't compare with others. But look at what have you impact. That's even with the one person. I have changed life. That means something, yes. Pause it, right? If you want to, right? This isn't about magically fixing a belief overnight. This is about updating your mental software little by little. So, mental software need to update little by little. So that your reality finally match what's actually true. You've already proven yourself. Maybe it's time to believe it. It's time to update this. So I also found that the daily affirmations that I'm listening every day in the morning at night, it doesn't work. Why? Because my brain rejects what it doesn't believe. If the affirmation is I'm enough, but deep down I don't believe it, I will just call it a BS and then ignore it. Instead of feeling better, I actually can feel worse because I'm forcing positivity without resolving the real issue. Right? So affirmation without actions feels empty. If you keep repeating, I'm confident, I'm good, but every time someone challenges you, you react the same old way, the affirmation becomes meaningless. So I really had to face the enemy inside me, right? That has already installed for years, right? So how do I deal with that? I need to understand, I need to aware and then understanding and with some small actions in order to have a real change. What we just need is understand where your beliefs come from. I know I'm catching it in actions, and which is what I'm doing now. And now I'm introducing new thoughts. It's why I actually shift your mindset. So I read three things. If I just say affirmation, I'm enough, I'm enough. But I didn't catch that, and I didn't catch that old belief come back. It won't work, the daily affirmation. So how to use the firm affirmation the right way? Now instead of use it blindly, right? Make it believable. So the words has to be something believable. Instead, I'm enough. Maybe I've been underestimating myself. See, instead of saying that I'm a millionaire, which you know that if you fake, then that's a fake positivity, right? I'm just saying something that is more realistic, right? Or maybe I just say that's right. Uh, I have enough of money, right? I'm not saying that, right? So right, maybe that will help, right? In my this opinion, right? So the brain can accept. So instead of I am enough, I say maybe I've been underestimating myself. Or the brain will say that, okay, let me think about it, right? So maybe program this, it maybe consider this tonight, or maybe I've been underestimating myself. I want to see myself more clearly. The second is the parrot view reflection, and this is powerful. When you say your affirmation, don't just repeat it. Think of a real example where it's true. Now, example, if the affirmation is I have made an impact, recall a moment when someone told you how much you helped them. You already pause on this video and think about it, right? I've made an impact. How much you have helped them. Take small actions to reinforce it. If your affirmation is I'm worthy of respect, and practice responding with calm confidence instead of reacting defensively. When your behavior matches the affirmation, the brain starts to believe it. So daily affirmation alone, not enough. Daily affirmation with deep understanding and real action, that's how a real change happens. It's not easy, but it can be done. So how to start letting go without forcing possibility? Question the belief instead of accepting. Next time we hear, I'm not good enough in your head. Right? Some of my interns, my staff will say that, yeah, this thing I'm not good enough, right, is running in your mind. So it's not only me, right? There's many people. Then says who? Where's the proof? So this is just asking myself. Then the brain will pull out all my reasons immediately. And that's okay. Then ask, what if I've been focusing on the wrong proof? Now this disrupt the pattern. This is a powerful word, disrupt the question, right? What if I've been focusing on the wrong proof? What if I've been focusing on the wrong proof? It creates space for a new perspective. What if it's wrong? Focus on the wrong proof. Right? Some proof that says that I'm not good enough, right? What if I'm focusing on the wrong proof or something that's outdated? So shift from I need to prove that I already am. Instead of finding to prove yourself, maybe just maybe I've already done more than enough. And if that feels too big, start with maybe I don't need to fight so hard to be worthy. Just maybe, right? Listen to the load step by step. Lighten the load step by step. Now, I'm not saying that you can erase this belief overnight. Neither do I can, right? Just practice not carrying it so tightly. Each time You choose not to react defensively, not to seek validation. Your reasoning is good. Each time I choose not to react defensively, not to seek validation, I loosen its grip. Now let's make this practical and doable. A 5-day action plan, loosening to flat loosening. The goal is to start shifting from I'm not good enough to maybe I've been underestimating myself. So it's not overnight things, right? You don't force confidence. It's not like a 3 day motivation training. Uh, okay, so here's a 5 days action plan. Loosening the pain. Day one, catch the thought in action. So notice when I'm not good enough shows up. Throughout the day, observe when this belief appears. When receiving feedback. When someone challenges you. When comparing yourself to others. These are the three things. Comparing yourself to others. I do this all the time, right? As I drive, I compare with other people drive the cars. Many ways, right? So instead of reacting, just pause and say, there's that old belief again. Now I need to catch that. I need to acknowledge that yes, there is an old belief. Don't to fight it. Just observe it like a passing cloud. Now at one moment today when the belief shows up. Ask, was this really about me? Or just my old pattern reacting? Was this really about me? No, it's not about me. So day two, look at the proof, your proof differently. Find evidence that you are good enough. Write down 5 moments in your life when you helped, impacted, or inspired someone. Could be small or big. A training participant who thank you. A client who trust your expertise. A time you solve a problem. Yes, there is. There's a training participants who thank me. There are hundreds of clients who trust my expertise. And certainly there are many times, over 50 times, right? I solve a tough problem for my participants. So let this moment in us. If I wasn't good, how did I do this? Your brand has spent 20 years collecting proof of self-doubt. Now, we start collecting proof of self-doubt. It won't be overnight things, but we can train. I can train my brain to that. And start collecting proof of self. They shift the internal dialogues, change the way you talk to yourself. So I'm not good enough. Try, maybe I have been understating myself. I don't need to be perfect to be valuable. Each time the old belief pops up, pause and say the new thought. Maybe I'm being understated. If you feel weird, fake, slightly fake. The goal isn't instant belief. It's create a new mental option. They are slightly fake. Even if I say this here now, I'll be understated. Therefore, change the response, not just the thought. Respond differently to challenges. If someone criticizes you or challenges your skill, pause before reacting. Instead of proving yourself, try. That's an interesting perspective. Let's explore it. I see where you're coming from. Let's move through this together. Action, not reaction. Stay calm, curious, and control. Notice how you feel afterward. Did you fighting back feel uncomfortable? Did not fighting back feel uncomfortable? Yeah. Did staying calm feel like a quiet power move? Day 5. Own your worth. Even if it feels strange. Stay in your value without needing approval. What can you do? Look at your biggest wins in life. Write down 3 reasons why your experience and knowledge matter. And then say out loud, I have value even if someone doesn't see it today. I already proven myself. I don't need to fight for it. How does it feel to own your worth without proving it? Even if it's uncomfortable, notice how your mind start adjusting. This 5-day plan isn't about fixing everything. It's about breaking the autopilot mode and proving to yourself that you don't need to carry this weight anymore. This weight is heavy. I don't need to carry this weight anymore. Maybe perhaps each day I'll feel a bit more aware, a bit more control, a bit more in control, a bit more